Hey guys, welcome to the video today, and today I'm going to do my final review on BookShark. I'm just going to talk about this time the language arts. So if you haven't checked out my history review and science review, go ahead and check them out on the channel. We did those while we were traveling, and it was easy, and it was showing you how you can homeschool and use this curriculum while traveling, so it is a blast. Now, if you don't know, BookShark is a literature-based curriculum for homeschooling that we use at home for both of the girls. Today I'm specifically talking about level 4. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you saw in the other videos, everything comes in this binder. Everything you need to know, the teacher's guide, worksheets, instructions, and everything come in here for as far as like your lesson plans and everything. So let me go ahead and show you a preview. So I'll just open up on a random week. Okay, all these tabs here are whichever week you're on. So for right now, we are on week 16. And then I will go over to, now I have it on my history page because I just opened up. I am going to go open up to the language arts. All of the curriculum is a 4-day based curriculum, so it makes it able to do co-ops or extracurriculars or anything else. And for level 4, we spend a few hours on it a day, not too much. I would say about 4 hours a day for all the curriculum, all the schoolwork and everything. That's for everything. So a lot of the subjects go hand in hand. So because you might be reading a book in science, you'll also might be answering questions in the language arts part. So everything kind of coexists and goes hand in hand, and it's able to not just have a directly, this is language arts, this is history, this is science. They all kind of coexist together. So for an example, okay, so for this week, apparently, there's no spelling you see, which that sometimes happens, which is fine. And then for handwriting, which is the cursive handwriting workbook, do page 42 and 43. They're really simple. It's just good practice cursive writing. My daughter likes to even try to get ahead of it. Sometimes I have to pull her back for that. Now for grammar and mechanics, there's an optional grammar ace. Now grammar ace you can use at different levels. So if I'm not doing grammar ace for this year. And then for your readers is Old Yeller. And for day 1, they want you to read one chapter, chapter 7. And then day 2, chapter 8 and 9, 10 and 11, and then 12 and 13 for the whole week. Okay, so everybody's heard of Old Yeller. It is a classic book, and it's even won the Newbery Award. And then for vocabulary, which we are using, is Wordly Wise workbook. So we decided this year, instead of doing Grammar Ace, we're using Wordly Wise. And then we go ahead and your options right here for vocabulary and your lessons. And it just goes ahead with the schedule. It kind of goes really easy. And then for creative expressions for this week, we're talking about mechanic practice, mind and concept mapping, create and write, and explain and describe. Okay, so I know that sounds like a lot taking it all in, but here's what I do. So I go to my day 1, and we go ahead and we do the handwriting. And then if we're doing grammar acing, you can do that too. And then read the chapter, of course, Wordly Wise. And this is all for day 1. Now, here's the assignment that they might have for creative expression. Every day that there's a creative expression type of assignment. So this one is phrases, nouns, and verbs. And the creative expression skill is mind mapping and describe an invention. So there's assignment for you to do for that. So sometimes the kids aren't always on board with the writing assignments and things like that. So there's an option here to do more kind of like a worksheet type of thing here. And there's an optional dictation here where they read it and they answer the questions, basically. And then after you see, and here is what their activity sheets look like. And it's the same thing. It's divided by A, B, C, D. Usually it's just an A for day 1, B for day 2, and so on. But sometimes it might say do A and B. And it's pretty simple. It's not too over easy because they're doing a lot of writing. And there's even, for a lot of these, when they have to do the writing, it's not for this week, but there's usually a rubric how to grade the writing and an answer key to it. So you understand, like, to make sure that they're covering everything and it's not just going off of what you think is right. So there's a rubric to kind of grade it and go through it. Okay, so here's an idea of some of the books that they sent. I try to grab most of the ones that are the language arts based books, but some of these, like the Diary of Early American Boy, was actually under the science category, and it goes along with language arts as well. But they send you a ton of books to use, and all these books are usually like Newbery Award winners, classic books like Old Yeller, and then like Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I remember reading that when I was a kid. And then there's also some newer books too. And a lot of them go along with what is going on at the time. Like Moccasin Trail one is for history, actually. But of course, like I said, since it's literature based, all of it is a lot of reading and putting it together with using those skills with the reading and the learning all combined, and then putting it into language arts and writing too. So at this level, level 4, there is a lot of reading, but it goes pretty quickly. I don't feel like it's too much. It's usually a chapter or 2 chapters if the chapters are short per day for these books. And there's also a high concentration on writing too. But like I said, it's built throughout the week. So by the end of the week, you're usually writing or rewriting and preparing it to make it all come together. And there's a rubric to help you to score it. So you kind of help the kids develop, and there's concepts throughout the whole time. Like there's always type of grammar and language arts type of concepts and writing skills applied each week. But it's just fed to you in nice increments at a little bit at a time, so it's not overwhelming. So this week we study verbs and stuff like that. Or as you go on, it gets a little bit more and more developed, and it coincides with the writing skills and the reading and putting everything together. So overall, it's pretty easy to use. You just have to follow the instruction manual, and it comes with so many books to read, which I think is very important, especially at this level, and to go into the writing. So that's basically my overall view of the language arts of it for this literature-based BookShark curriculum. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email, or if you can, comment down below and let me know what you think, and there'll be a link down in the description for BookShark. Alright, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.